Sorry about that. Good evening. Good evening. How is everybody? Everybody doing okay? Thank you. Thank you. Everybody had a good Sunday. I believe it's Sunday already. Flipping heck. All good. Yeah, I'm good. I've had a much more relaxing day. That's for sure. It's cold, isn't it? I can't get my feet warm at all. Good evening. No, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry about leaving, love. Hiya, Catherine. Always protect your mental health, yeah? Always protect your own peace. There's nothing worse than staying in a life that's making you feel uncomfortable. So please don't ever feel that you have to explain yourself. Hi. You all right? Hi, Evil Racing Girl. You all right, sweetie? Hi, Witchy. Hi, Vic. Hi, Abby. Hi, Gemma. Is everyone okay? Hey, Hayden. Miserable day. Yeah. Lots of rain, isn't there? We've had rain up here as well. Not pleasant. But hey-ho, what can you do? Thank you, Squeaky. Thank you, Rufus. I thought we'd have a quick chat about the cat, because I want to get stuff straight in my head, and I can't get it straight in my head. Thank you, Evil Racing Girl. Thank you, Catherine, darling. It has become toxic, yeah. But we're not going to be toxic in here. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Lego. As soon as the puppy comes in, yes. No, I just wanted a general discussion, actually, and give you a very small update. I found the owners of the property that Henrietta's in. I've also found the managing directors of the property Henrietta's in. So I've made them aware of a couple of things. Hiya, Jem. That's not to be mean. I just let them know a couple of things. So, yeah, that was it, really. That's quite tragic, isn't it? Never mind. Thanks. Thank you. No, you've not missed. Oh, dear me. Yeah, I saw it. I was in there. Hi. Hello. Are you all right? Hiya, Nikki. Are you okay? Evening, Harriet. Hi, Anne-Marie. Hi, CJ. Hello, Lorraine. Thank you, Foxy. So, yeah, I'm trying to get the timeline in my head straight, and it's not making any sense to me. So I thought we'd have a very gentle discussion and see what you thought, actually. I'm doing much better now, thank you. Hi, Andy. I didn't, Mystic Wolf. I didn't pay any attention to any of the lives that were going on about me. Yes, I've seen it, Kate. So I did some digging, and it would appear that they're correct. So I have contacted them. But obviously they're not going to pick up an email tonight, are they? So I've let them know. Hiya, Crow. I've let them know a few things. Hi, Alexandra. You all right, darling? I'm good, thank you. So yeah, I have seen it, and I can confirm that the property is owned by a company, a private limited company, and the only thing I can't find is the charity that they work with, but that's okay. That's all good. So evening, I have let them. I've let them know. I have, Katie. Yes, and they are correct. The only thing I can't confirm is whether the company that own the place that they're living in, I can't tell you what charity they're connected to. That's the only thing I don't know. And I really don't need to know, to be fair. So I'm not going to bother finding it. Thank you, Frankie, love. Thank you, Montana. Yeah, I saw that, Heather. Hey, Sophie. I'm good, Sophie. Yeah, I saw that. Which is why I don't understand. I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand. So this is according to Henrietta. They were given 24 hours to rehome one of the cats. So my first question is, why would they rehome the cat that they have an alleged doctor's letter for explaining that that's their emotional support animal? That was my first question. I know. So I didn't understand that. The cat has only become troublesome since they've been allegedly told to rehouse them. So that didn't make sense. In my humble opinion, I don't think the cat's bonded with... Thank you, cat. Thank you, Frankie. I don't think the cat's bonded with Henrietta, and I don't think Henrietta's bonded with the cat. Yeah, chipped, yeah. The bigger cat, yeah. So that was my other question. So the fact that... Thank you, Kay, love. Sorry, Ariana. What was the other thing? So 24 hours to rehome the cat. Now, I believe posts have gone up on Instagram, which I have seen, but have been removed. Would that be correct? Oh, Redhead, don't be angry, darling. It's not worth being angry, love. Hi, thank you, Liz. Thank you, Victoria. Are the posts... Hi, Michelle. Are the posts still up or they have been removed? Right, okay. So the post said, I think, that the cat was going home with Maria. Would that be right? Yeah. So 2 questions. Good evening, trust no one. 2 questions to that would be, Maria's still there, so where did the 24 hours come from? And we've been told that Maria is there till at least the 11th. So now, head mashed. The coach from central London to Maria's home is about 11 hours. The train from central London to Maria's home is about 3.5 to 4 hours. I know, Redhead. The coaches will not allow a cat on the coach. Thank you, Crow. Thank you, Riri. They can't go on any of the coaches. I've looked at all the coaches that operate there, and the... interesting. So the cat can't travel on a coach. They can travel on the train. But unless Maria has booked a train ticket, that's going to be quite expensive. I know. Now, this is the other thing, and I don't know whether anybody's aware. Maria used to have 2 cats. And the cats were... I don't know whether they were removed or handed over. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Valiant. Yeah, I didn't think so, Tori, because they've had flooding, haven't they? I'm good, thank you. Hi. Used to have to... Yeah, and the cats got rid of... Now, this... I'm trying to remember what Henrietta said, so bear with. No, it wasn't Henrietta, it was Maria that said the cats had fleas. Am I remembering that correctly? Because I don't want to be saying something that is not correct. Hi, yes, sweet. Yeah, I'm good. I can't say whether they removed them, but I definitely remember Henrietta saying it was to do with fleas. So, you reluctant widow. Hiya, Steph. So, in the property that Maria is her main address, in order to the landlord does allow pets. However, you have to have written permission. So you have to do online, you have to email them and ask them whether you can have the animal. Yeah. I know. I'm in agreement with you. I don't normally go live on Sundays, but I thought, why not? So, the cat would need permission from the landlord in order to stay at the property. Now, it is my understanding, through going back down the rabbit hole from a few years ago, that because of the flea situation, thank you, Doyle, thank you, Caroline, because of the flea situation, they are unlikely to allow the cat to be housed there. Excuse me. I don't know the situation. I don't know whether the law has changed. I think they have to be reasonable, but because Maria has had cats, I think they have been reasonable. So they've already given them an opportunity. Hello, Kerry. They've already had been given they've already been allowed to keep pets, and it didn't work out. So I don't think they're going to get the go ahead to keep any more. So that doesn't make sense to me either. Yeah, Colette. Yeah. So I don't know. What we've doing is contacting the RSPCA and Animal Welfare to let them know that we are possibly or potentially, thank you, Shelley, worried that the cat will be abandoned. So we have and are letting them know. Other than that, there's really nothing else we can do because I don't know what else to do. So if anybody has any other ideas, then please let me know, because I'm all out of ideas. I really don't know what else to do. As far as Henrietta blaming, I looked into that. You can be away from your primary residence within the UK for 13 weeks. I've done that, Katie. So Oh dear, no, I didn't know that. From what I can say, it's 13 weeks. I could be wrong. Oh, really, Laura? Oh, that's something, isn't it? It's not. Okay. Thank you for the correction. So, my concern is that Diva is going to be abandoned. Now, I say this because when Henrietta got the cat, yes, thank you, Bad Liza. Yes, I did. And I went on Company's house, and that's absolutely correct. So I found the company and then I emailed them. So thank you for that. I appreciate you. What was I saying? Yeah. So when Henrietta originally got the cat, the awareness, thank you, changing. Hi. The awareness community said, this is not going to end well. It's not going to end well. And we tried very hard to get the cat either removed or bought or to pay for vet bills, etc. We tried extremely hard, and we said to everybody, this isn't going to end well. I said it, Stormy said it, everybody said it, that this is not going to end well. So for Oriana, who is currently blaming the awareness teams for their situation, here's what I would say to you. We knew this would happen, and you called us all the names under the sun, right? And you told us how wrong we were and how this was your baby and we would never take your baby away from you, and this was your emotional support animal, and we were just horrible, horrible people. We knew this would happen. You're that predictable. And I predict that going forward, this is going to happen with the kitten, because the kitten's not going to stay a kitten. The kitten is going to grow. And I think you think that you can mould the kitten to adapt to you and your lifestyle. Cats require a basic standard of living, which you've not managed to provide for Diva. So why would you now be able to provide it for the kitten? They need enrichment. They need time. They need your time. They don't need an area that's been squirted with perfume, where the water is contaminated, where the cat litter tray has not been changed. They need to be on a specific diet, which I hope you've got them on, and they need interacting with. The cat is not there for your pleasure. The cat needs these interactions. They are basic, right? And that is in the Animal Welfare Act. So that's law as much as it is common sense. So I'm going to put it out there that once that cat hits adulthood, which isn't long, you are either going to breed the cat or you are going to get rid of the cat. Because your pattern of behaviour tells me that. Correct, yeah. Right? Your pattern of behaviour tells me that as clearly as your pattern of behaviour told me that Diva would not end well. Now, if you've got a doctor's note to say that Diva is your emotional support cat, why are you giving away Diva? You're giving Diva away because she doesn't like you and you don't like her. And it's been painfully obvious to those of us that watch you for many weeks. which was why we reached out to you and you chose to ignore us. So the situation that you find yourself in, thank you for the treasure box, the situation that you find yourself in is entirely of your making, not ours. Had you not got a cat in the first place, we wouldn't have said anything. But then to introduce another cat when you're now telling us that you can't cope with Diva because Diva has behavioural issues. No. I also was in the live where you were told not to get a cat off Gumtree. And the person who told you that said they quite often come from not great backgrounds and can have behavioural issues. And your little eyes lit up. Because you realised you'd just been handed an excuse for Diva's behaviour. However, you were asked whether you got the cat off Gumtree and you denied it. Now you've confirmed it. We know. We know all this. So when you sit there and you have a go at us all for making your life so difficult, right? It's not us that's doing it. We're responding to your actions. We'd have nothing to do otherwise, would we? So I don't think you're telling the truth. I could be sarcastic there, but I'm trying very hard not to be. I don't think you're telling the truth. I think Diva has turned out not to be the most affectionate cat, and you think she's the problem, not you. Now, unless there is a confirmed brain injury, some sort of disability in an animal, they respond to their owners the way their owners respond to them. Sorry, but they do. Right? So if Diva's now got behavioural problems, which I notice you're putting on the previous owner, thank you, Riri. Right? Which is convenient, isn't it? If that's the case, why did you take her on in the first place? Because if she did have behavioural problems, you'd have picked them up in the first week. And as for saying, you know, you'll be able to train the cat and all that stuff to get in the cat carrier and have all this stuff, you know, that takes time. That's time that you didn't put into Diva, but you'll put into the kitten. No, you won't. Now, you and your mother both went out last night, didn't you? Thank you, CJ. You both went out last night. Yeah, again, I was in your live. So you left the cats. Did you shut one of them in the bathroom? Which one? Was it Diva because you don't want her anymore? It is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. And you wonder why. You wonder why we all sit here raising awareness. Because I'm all for raising awareness on someone and stopping when I see absolute change, when I see somebody taking... I took accountability for my behaviour yesterday, right? Which has been going on for weeks. I took accountability for it. I didn't make excuses for it, and I said sorry, okay? That's what grown-ups do. And we learn, and we change, and we grow, okay? Your behaviour gets worse with age, despite the guidance that many of us try to give you, because we're parents or we're animal lovers. I know that somebody with veterinary experience and qualifications reached out to you personally and you responded and tried to give you some help and some guidance, and then you blocked them. So what does that make you when it comes to, I love Diva, she's my baby, you're not taking her? But you wouldn't accept any help from a qualified professional. Yeah. Yeah. So tell me again that you care about those animals. See, there is a difference between rehousing a pet because you can no longer cope with them or no longer afford them, right? But you've had a good relationship with them, your heart breaks, it breaks. And getting rid of a cat because it doesn't love you enough and you don't like that. We all said there's no bond there. You called us all the names under the sun. So this is you, your actions. You brought this on yourself. Now, to the people that were in the live stream, so much I want to say to you, but none of it's productive. So I'm going to try and be productive. Now, you both seem like very forgiving people. So I want to give you a heads up. We've known Oriana for a few years, some of us more than others, and there is a very definite pattern of behaviour which occurs. And we can predict crash outs, we can predict their next move, the stuff that they're saying, the stuff that they're not saying. We know it all. And the stuff that we know is readily available online. Now, one thing disturbs me greatly. One of you has a child. I can only assume, thank you, Andrea, I can only assume, hiya, Susan, that you have not done your research. And I would urge you, thank you, Nicola, I would urge you to do your research on Oriana's interaction with minors. It's all out there, right? But the person that you are trying to help is not the person on the screen, lovely. It's not that person. The person you see on the screen is fiction. And I don't know how else to put it. And I'm not saying it with any hate. I'm not saying it in an angry manner. I am asking you to do your research. Right, there is a reason the chat was so against you and so against Oriana. I know. Evening, Maria. There was a reason for that. And it's not because people have just decided they don't like Oriana. I know. It's not. Yes, there are occasions when people believe rumours and that's how they treat somebody. And I'm telling you, hand on heart, that is not why. There is a proven and provable track record when it comes to Oriana and minors. for the love of God, do your research, please. You strike me as somebody who doesn't take any messing, right? And I would reach out to you, but I don't know your account. And I heard what you said about you've raised your child yourself. Good on you, seriously. And I'm absolutely certain that you keep your child extremely safe, well looked after. You are... how do I put this? Don't expose your child to a Ryaner, is all I can say. I get what you're trying to do. If you don't believe me and you follow any bigger creators on the app, please go and speak to them. They will tell you the same thing. Right? To the other person that was in the live, okay, again, I get you. I understand. You're seeing somebody who appears to be being jumped on every which way for what seems to be no reason, that they have garnered a lot of hate from somewhere and it's just a bandwagon that people are on. Again, it's not. There is a reason awareness on Oriana exists. And there's a reason why we haven't yet stopped. It's not because we hate Oriana. We don't hate them. We don't like their behaviour, and we don't like the fact that they lie constantly. Yeah, please. And it's not just little white lies. That's the other thing I need you to understand. It's really big. Some of the things that Oriana has lied about in the last 2 years. Thank you, Claire. Could have shut down businesses. Could have got a man into an awful lot of trouble. Right? Let me tell you this one. Oriana accepted money from a 10-year-old in the United States because this 10-year-old handed over all of their Christmas money. And when Oriana was told, refused to pay it back. That's who you're dealing with. And that's the tip of a very large iceberg. And it doesn't just stop at taking money from minors. As for you, Oriana, I love your lives. I love them. Absolutely love them. Because you will say stuff and you incriminate yourself all over the place. It's absolutely fantastic. Oh, good grief. Thank you, Shas. Thank you. You really do. So I sat there and I decided not to get angry. I just decided to laugh. Because almost every other sentence was a contradiction of something you said last week, yesterday, 2 weeks ago. And I was recording, so I've got it all on live, all on recording. That's the problem. Thank you, Bad Liza. That's the problem. Your memory is shot because you don't remember what you're saying. Thank you, Tracy. Okay, so that made me smile. I wasn't going to address this person, so I'm not actually going to name them. But to the person that requires me to prove or disprove something about the council, phone the police. Phone them. I think you should. Because the accusation you've made is, number one, untrue, two, defamatory, and I can't wait for when your viewers say to you, and what happened? Did she get into trouble? Is she going to court? Is there some sort of, what's happened? And you have to tell them absolutely nothing's happened because she's done absolutely nothing wrong. So, number one, don't owe you anything. Don't answer to you. Okay? Thank you. Don't answer to you. Number two. Oh gosh. You've listened to a load of people who don't like me. That's your first mistake. Okay? And you've taken everything they've said, thank you, as gospel. That's a rookie error in the awareness community, by the way. And for you and your lovely other half to sit there and tell me what I need to be doing in order to prevent an investigation to go ahead. Do what you got to do. Thank you, Sally. Do what you've got to do. And then when the outcome of the investigation is, I have done nothing wrong, I think I'd like your apology on a live, please. I'll get someone to screen record it. I won't come in the room. I won't do that to you. But I would like it on a live, especially as you made the accusations on a live. How's that? So you do what you feel you morally have to do. If need be, I'll hand all my devices in. Not a problem. Because I operate within the law. Okay? Not to mention the fact, if what you're saying was true, it's not me that's broken the law, is it? It's really simple. So, you do what you need to do, and I'll take my apology in the form of a live stream. Okay? Deal? Hi, Jill. Hi. Oh, Riri, thank you, darling. Do like that one. No, wasn't the grey one. No. But yeah, I think it was, wasn't it, Mr. DeGaff? I think that's how I'd like my apology. No. Hi, Daniel. Hello. I couldn't remember. No. He was on last night. Doing the exposure. We say exposure. Hi, Lucy. That's the one, Valiant. That's the one. Yeah. No, not Pockers, no. But yeah, I think that's how I'll take my apology. Yeah. Because you made the accusation publicly, so I'll have the apology publicly. Yeah. And then you can probably try and explain to your followers how you got it so catastrophically wrong. Thank you, Lou. See, I operate within the law. Always. What's the point of doing it any other way? If you raise awareness, you have to have clean hands. It's all right to make mistakes, but not break the law. Yeah? So, in order to do what we all do, we're quite well versed in the law, because we have to be. So, if we get given information, we have to know that what we can and can't distribute, what we can and can't say. We have to know. So that's why we're all very, very careful. Thank you for the treasure box, Shaz. We're all extremely careful. So for you to put those accusations out there about me specifically, and you did address me by my name, thinking it was a gotcha moment, yeah, and expressing your desire that I should explain myself. Wow. That did make me laugh. Oh, I thought, and you are. But yeah, you publicly accused me, so you can publicly apologise to me. Also, just a quick FYI, you slated a few of my friends as well, didn't you? With little to no evidence. You probably shouldn't have done that. Again, awareness community, receipts. We have all of them. And much like you, we don't like to put them out there because at the end of the day, we don't owe any proof to anyone, right? And also, we don't want to put people through the humiliation of being shown how wrong they are, and make them look right. We don't take pleasure in that at all. However, when you're sitting there saying things about my friends, accusing them of attacking people, exactly, yeah, causing people to attack my friends because of the misinformation that you've put out there. Yeah, no, we don't stand with that. We don't stand with that. So we will absolutely go ahead and out that. Oh, I know, Mandy. There's a reason for that, though. There's a reason for that. And you know what? I hope she's got it out of her system. Absolutely hope she's got it out of her system, because I don't want to upset your mental health any more than you've upset my friends. But I will. So please don't. Please draw a line now. Draw a line under it. You've had your say. You've done what you've needed to do, clearly. Now let it go. Let it lie, please. Please don't make me. Don't. Any of you, please don't make me. Because I am stepping back from drama. Right? I was going completely off course, and I don't want to go that way. I really, really don't. None of us do. None of us do. We don't want any more trouble. We just want to concentrate on doing what we're doing with regards to raising awareness. Please now leave it alone. Right? That's from me to you. Because the accusations you made last night, you know damn well weren't right. Okay? And I want to leave it right there. So I am saying to you, from all of us, now leave it alone. And please let it lie. All of you, please let it lie. This doesn't need to go any further now. And FYI, we would never have done that to you. Ever. So I understand your feelings were hurt. I totally get it. I really do. And it can be so frustrating when you get blocked and you don't get a chance to have your say. But you've been having your say for the best part of 6-7 months. And for the most part, we haven't responded. So now let it lie. Or we will. And that's just going to make the situation worse for all of us, not just you, all of us. And quite honestly, who has the energy? And I'm sure you've got stuff going on in your life. We've got stuff going on in our lives. Nobody needs to bring any more of this to the table. Okay? And I say that with absolutely no hidden agenda or anger or anything. Thank you. Exactly. Yeah. So let's just leave it there. Okay? Thank you, Nikki, for the heart me. So that's where we're up to. I'm very confused, which is my usual state, not going to lie. I can confirm that the building is owned by a private limited company and that they are the landlords. And I can confirm that it is vulnerable accommodation. I can't confirm what charity the owners work with. I would imagine there's probably a few, to be fair. I can also confirm that I have contacted them, basically asking them, what the fudge are you doing? What are you doing? And I've made them aware of a few issues that have been caused in the past by their tenant. So, and again, just for a Ryanair, don't want you homeless. Wouldn't want that for anybody. I want you in the correct accommodation, not the accommodation you don't deserve to be in because you haven't been through what you've been through. And I have pointed out that the whole I can't live with my mother scenario, which you presented to us, has kind of been disproven given that you've been living with your mother in one room for 6 weeks. So now tell me that you can't live with your mother in a 2-bedroom house at a property you are still registered to. Make that make sense. You can't live with your mum, which you've stated many times, but you've managed it for 6 weeks in one room, 7 weeks in one room. I couldn't live with my husband for 7 weeks in one room. Right? But if you can live with your mum for 7 weeks in one room, you absolutely can live with her in a 2-bedroom house. You just don't want to. And that's a difference. That's the difference. And if anybody wants to see the registration document for the people that own the house, please let me know. I bought it. I paid for the land registry information. Hey. No, I know. They want to live in London, absolutely. Good evening, Lenara. They absolutely want to live in London. Yeah. Yeah. And it's incredibly frustrating seeing people support this person. Where would I say they should live? Thank you, Martina. Thank you, Brandy, darling. Far, far away. Does that class as an answer? No, that's really not helpful, is it? The accommodation that they're in is for vulnerable people, right? Thank you, Brandy. Now, today on a live stream, Orion has said that if anybody approached them aggressively with a phone in their hand, they would absolutely hit the phone out of their hand and smash it to the floor. So please tell me where in that statement they are demonstrating vulnerability. They were on underground or a train late at night. with their mother, going out or coming back. Thank you, Brandy love. Thank you, Toby. From a night out, please demonstrate the vulnerability to me. Show me the vulnerability. So in my humble opinion, they shouldn't be anywhere that has vulnerable in the name. Thank you, Mrs. Britton. Yeah? What accommodation is right for them? I don't know, but it's not where they are. Thank you, Brandy, darling. It's not where they are. And also, thank you, Marcus, love. Also, with the greatest respect, it's not my problem. Thank you, Amy Jane. Thank you, Chief. It's not my problem. But they definitely shouldn't be where they are. Thank you, Brandy, darling. They shouldn't be there. Thank you, Katrina. Saying that they're unstable together, even if I agreed with you, they've been living in the same room for 7 weeks. And yeah, they've had some setbacks, absolutely. But they've still managed it, haven't they? Maria has had every opportunity to go home and hasn't. Exactly. So that tells me that they can live together. Thank you, Miss Dillygaff, darling. See, once it's actually been a really good thing for me, because I had an intervention yesterday from a friend, and it's actually been really good because I've taken the emotion out of it now and I've calmed down and I can look at it really logically. I know, I saw that, Kiki. That's absolutely crackers. That's crackers to me. And it's like, thank you, Rose. It's just, oh yes, Claire. It's made me be able to see things a bit clearer, I think. And also it's taken it's a lot easier being not angry. Thank you, Mina, darling. And for the minions that are coming in, I don't care. Okay, come in, have your say, get blocked. Yeah, enjoy it. Thank you, Brandy. Evening. We don't, I know, we don't, my days of playing with trolls are over because you really are incredibly boring. Yeah, I feel very, something else is at play. Normally when Oriana says anything, the opposite is true. Mandy, not me personally, but members of the awareness community, thank you, Mina, thank you, Claire, have contacted Oriana, yes, and tried to help and tried to warn and tried to safeguard. In fact, the other night there was this AI, wasn't there, that was completely inappropriate and highly illegal, and I wasn't alone, but for my part, I reported the live, I reported the account, because it was just vile and it wasn't awareness at all. Thank you, Claire. It wasn't awareness. Thank you, Mina. And that's called safeguarding. And we do it regardless. So we do it for the person we're raising awareness on, and we do it for the people who are being affected by the person we raise awareness on. Safeguarding has to be at the centre of it all. And the people in the Discord will tell you, and I put it on my story, in fact, what I'd done. So, yes, is the answer to your question, but not me personally. But have I taken steps to safeguard Oriana? Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And I should say that when people have reached out to Oriana, Oriana doesn't want to know. Okay, Mish, hang on. I'll get to you. I'll message you when I come off the live, love. Thank you, Chantal. People have reached out to Oriana and they do not want to know. That's... So, what can we do? Literally, what can we do? There's nothing else we can do. I have seen the Reddit post. I can confirm who owns the building, and I can't confirm the charity, but I would imagine the charity and the homeowners, for want of a better word, work with lots of charities. So I have contacted the organisation that owns where Oriana lives. So the Reddit post was to do with the council not being involved, and that the situation was that Oriana had reached out to a charity, and that charity had accessed the obviously a database of places that would be or could be available to Oriana based on the information that they gave the charity. So in light of that, I've contacted the people that own the property because I can't find the charity, so... And it's not the charity's fault. Update on the RSPCA. Yeah. There is no update yet, but my friend who has specialties in feline medicine is going to contact them and make them aware that there is a potential for abandonment of Diva, because I'm trying to cover all the bases. I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping for the best and preparing for the worst. And that's really all we can do. The vets wouldn't... Right. Can I just clarify that, please? Because I don't want anyone to think that. The vets would never release an animal. It wouldn't happen. They have a code of conduct, right? And they work as vets. They're the A&E and doctors and nurses of the animal world. You wouldn't get people releasing an elderly, vulnerable person from a hospital bed with nowhere to go. Vets and veterinary nursing and charity, they are the exact same. They have a code of conduct and they will never release an animal if it has nowhere to go. So I don't understand why that's being peddled by Oriana right now, because that blows my mind, and people will actually believe that. So if you are in any doubt, they would never do it. In fact, sometimes I think the rules governing the medical world of animals are better than the ones that govern the medical world of humans, right? So please don't ever think that a vet or a veterinary nurse or a charity, medical charity for animals, would release an animal with nowhere to go. It wouldn't happen. They would lose their license in a heartbeat. Hi, Batty. They would lose it in a heartbeat. They would never practice again. Trust me. Thank you, Batty, darling. Hey. So yeah, that's not true. Which is so shocking, because so much of what Oriana says is true. So we're doing everything we can. I promise you. Lots of it's going on behind the scenes at the moment. I've got things that I'm doing behind the scenes, but I've pretty much told you all I can at this point. So unless there's a major development, I'm not sure what else I can say. I can tell you, and this is all I can tell you, is that I am in the process of getting an appointment to give a statement to Met Police regarding the live where a Ryanair used ableist slur and is actively encouraging people to try and find my address. So that statement will be going in as soon as. You said it. You said it. So yeah, if you think you can say things like that to me and I'm not going to respond on behalf of people that get called ableist slurs all the time, then you got another thing coming. All right, so that statement will go in and I'll push for that to be dealt with. Okay, this is from me to you. Again, no hate, but you don't get to say that. You don't get to tell me that and then think that you don't have to pay any consequences, that there are no consequences for what you said. Right, and you've got away with saying stuff to people for far too long without any consequences. The stuff that you've said to EQ, the stuff that you've said about Jackie, right? It's not happening. It's not happening. Okay, now I'm aware you've allegedly put a police report in about me for, what did you say? Stalking and harassment. Good luck. Hi. Good luck. Is all I can say. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, darling. Oh, blimey, Mina. Well done, lovely. So yeah. And I thank you, Evil Aster, darling. How are you? Oh, but yeah, that was a corker, that was. Thank you for the person WhatsApping me. Thank you. That was a corker impersonating the. I think I explained it to you yesterday, didn't I? Where that accusation came from. Oh dear. Thank you, Georgia. Yes, I saw that, Linda. That was the bizarre response. Absolutely bizarre response. And I get the impression that they are, if they get an autism diagnosis, thank you, Mr. Legaff, they're going to be happy about it. Okay. Which just blows me away. Thank you, Debs. Blows me away. Thank you, Katrina. When one of my children was given a diagnosis in their 30s, happy is what neither of us felt. We didn't experience happy. We really didn't. It was shock, guilt on my part, and the amount of processing my child had to go through to understand and, not feel different. Happy didn't come into it, which tells you everything. Tells you, absolutely answers the questions absolutely is a mechanism by which things can be put in place to make life a bit easier. Definitely answers things, but happy, no. Relief is one, yeah, 100% relief, but not happy. Sorry. Thank you, Gillian, love. Yeah, yeah. And it's worse when your child is older almost, because the guilt you feel as a parent for having missed the signs. And I'm going back to the 90s, but I'm looking at it with what I know now rather than what I knew then. But absolutely happy didn't come into it. Thank you, Mel. The diagnosis is for work avoidance, to be able to get access to things easily, in my opinion. I don't think it's got anything to do with explaining why you think life has been difficult, why you're constantly struggling with friendships, etc. That's all easily explained. There's no diagnosis there that will make all of that seem okay. And the thing is, you are already, without a diagnosis, using it as an excuse for the way you behave. Oh, I might look like I don't care, but inside I'm overstimulated. No, you don't care. And I say that absolutely believing it, because I know you. I know your pattern of behaviour. Right? You don't care about Diva. I will stake my reputation on you don't care about that cat. Because what you said was, I can't give the kitten away because the kitten's bonded to me already, and it would be devastating for the kitten. You have that back to front, and I'll tell you why. A very young child who is moved from pillar to post is going to have fewer memories and be less traumatized than an older child being moved from pillar to post. Right? So the bond you think you have with your kitten right now, no, your kitten doesn't know anything else. They've gone from mum to you. I've got a puppy who's gone from mum to me. Is the bond there yet? It's growing. Do I adore the puppy? Absolutely. Right? But the bond that will come between us is growing. And I've had my puppy for 3 weeks. You've had your puppy kitten less than 7 days, and you're trying to tell me that your kitten is more bonded to you than Diva. Well, if that's the case, Oriana, that is because of you. 1,000,000%. That is on you. And we told you, didn't we? We said you didn't have a bond with the cat. We said you were scared of the cat. We said the cat didn't like you, and you brushed us all off. We were just bullies. We didn't know what we were talking about. You weren't giving up your cat. You weren't there. And look at now. Look at what's happened now. We were 100% correct. So if anybody wants to come for the awareness community, I would say to you, when it comes to this individual, we know them very, very well. because we've had to. And when we say the next thing that's going to happen is this, try believing us instead of running to the defence of somebody you don't know well enough or as well as we do, right? Because now we've been proven correct. So now when you say about us, you come in and you say all these nasty things about us, just remember we were correct and we didn't want to be. That's the other thing I need you to know. We didn't want to be right. I would love to have been proven wrong. Absolutely love to have been proven wrong. Did I think I was going to be? Not in a million. Not a chance. Right? So for those people that have been slating the awareness community, who have been putting this out there for weeks, I know we're not going to get it, but we're due an apology. That's all I'll say. Exactly, Claire. Exactly. Yeah. Diva's beautiful. She's absolutely, I would imagine in the right setting, she is probably the most cuddly, affectionate, fun-loving cat. Honestly, I think, and I hope, I hope she goes to the right setting. And the irony is I've got people who are absolutely ready and willing to drive from various parts in the country to come and get that cat and give them the best life. But you, because you judge other people by your standards, think that if somebody who doesn't like you gets your cat, they're going to mistreat the cat. You absolute... there's no words, right? I'll tell you why you don't want somebody who doesn't like you to have that cat. And I'll nail it. You don't want somebody who doesn't like you to have that cat because you don't want that person to know the state that cat is in and use it against you. 1,000,000%. You don't want somebody that doesn't like you to come onto TikTok and say, oh my God, Diva's got this wrong, that wrong, this attitude, she doesn't like this, she won't do that, it's not flipping normal. That's why you don't want one of us to have your cat. And I absolutely believe that 1,000,000%. So do not sit there and say to us it's because you think one of us would harm your cat when all we've tried to do is rescue Diva from you. You just don't want us to have her so that we don't know the state she's in. Absolutely. Yeah. That's why. Disgusting. Thank you, Paula. Absolutely disgusting. This is the thing, you think we don't say it. You think we don't say it. And you'll come on a live and you'll say, no, that's such a lie. How do they know? How do we know? Because you prove us right all the time. And you've proved us right this time. Because we can predict your behaviour. It's why you work so hard at deflection. Because you are absolutely hoping that we won't say, we'll concentrate on the right hand and miss what the left hand's doing. Not going to happen. Oh, bless you, Isla, darling. Absolutely, Jem. Yeah. Yeah. Especially to a kitten. Especially to a kitten. Loud noises, you know, with the greatest of respect, the upper octaves of belting out through a microphone, delicate little ears, the accidents that kittens have, the damage that kittens do, because they don't know any better. So if that kitten gets up onto the side and puts holes in your witch's hat, lay a finger on her, I swear to God. Because there is a good possibility she will. Kittens will sharpen their claws on anything. Clothes, towels, whatever's near at hand. Bedding, your coat, your shoes if they're the right material, right? That's what they do. They shred stuff. You leave an empty toilet roll lying around, you're going to be hoovering that up, right? So you best not blame that cat, because it's what kittens do. Thank you, Shell. Yeah, the corners of the bed, the corners of the wardrobe. If they can shred it, they'll shred it. Chew, absolutely chew, yeah. Because they have to get their teeth through. Wild that you're keeping the kitten. Absolutely wild. All because you know Diva doesn't like you and you don't like Diva. So you're giving your emotional support animal, who you wouldn't be separated from, away in place of a kitten that's going to be a lot more work. A lot more work. Yeah, wires. We've all seen the wires on the floor. Do you know what my puppy's currently doing? Not right now, but loves to do. Take the charging cable out the socket. Oh, that's so much fun. I'm going to take the charging cable out for the phone. Right? But we have things in place, surge protection and all that stuff. And we've learnt now, we take the wire out, okay? We put it somewhere the puppy can't get it. When I had a puppy years ago and I was on the laptop, I had no idea the puppy was down at my feet chewing through the cable until the laptop went poof. Okay? Wires. So if you're charging your microphone and your wire is going from a surface to a socket, you best believe that cat's going to chew through the wire. Absolutely. And shouting at the cat or trying to reprimand the cat or punish, they won't understand what they've done, because it's a game. It's a game. They're fulfilling a need as well with their gums. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I'm surprised your mum, thank you, Mina, I'm surprised your mum hasn't told you any of this. Maybe she has. Maybe she has. And you've just decided to ignore it. I don't know. Knocks the telly off the table, sends all your makeup across the floor. You've got your powder open and you're doing your makeup and the powder, yeah, gone. Thank you, Mr. Ligaff. Yeah? You've got no idea. No idea. Thank you, Evil Racing Girl. Absolutely none whatsoever. And I know you. You are quick to temper. You said it today on your live, that you can get angry quickly. What happens when you've got a bottle of your Caroline Herrera on the table, yeah, and you turn your back and your cat's playing with the bottle and it falls off the edge of the table and smashes? What's your response going to be? See it coming. I can see it coming. Yeah. The quick update on Diva is allegedly Diva is going to Maria's. I can't confirm that, and I'm not going to be able to confirm it because Maria doesn't go live. What I can do is use my common sense. So most coaches won't take a cat, but most trains will. So, but we also know that the trains aren't running properly because of the flooding down south. So Maria's not going to be removing the cat in 24 hours. We know from Oriana that Maria is going to be in the property till the 11th at this point. So the whole I've got 24 hours to remove the cat, I don't know. In the meantime, we've let the RSPCA know and Animal Welfare know that potentially the cat could be abandoned. I know there's a post up on one of the Enfield pages on Facebook saying the same thing. But above and beyond that, there's really nothing else we can do, which is incredibly frustrating and upsetting for everybody. I've got people who are willing to go get the cat, but there's absolutely no way that they're going to let the cat go with anybody who is even remotely connected with the awareness community. Other than that, it's watch and wait, I'm afraid. It's just watch and wait. But please be under no illusion. We all feel the same as you. Good night, darling. I know, medication, yeah, that's another one. By God. Can you imagine? But to be fair, I don't think Oriana takes their medication regularly enough to have it lying around. Yeah, I know. I've got all the same concerns all of you have. Our hands are tied. They're tied. And it is frustrating because everybody, both, every awareness community, regardless of whatever's going on drama-wise, wants the best for that cat. Absolutely. Yeah, AMC, yeah. Because my other thought was the cat's been treated for fleas, so the cat probably doesn't have fleas, but the flat hasn't been. So, the kitten hasn't been to the vets yet. Yeah, I'm okay. I'll say it one more time because it's quite humiliating, but I had an intervention yesterday and realised that I was really angry, but not necessarily at the people I was talking to or about, having stuff going on in my private life. And that anger was coming out on the lives and probably making the lives really uncomfortable. Thank you, Shaz. So I've taken an emotional step back and changed course so that I'm not heading towards the drama side of TikTok. I am still passionate about what I do. Thank you, Mrs. Laura. I'm passionate about what I do and I will always defend people. Always. I'll ask her, Tiger. I'll ask her. Oh, bless you, Sophie. Thank you. But the awareness side of what I do was just it felt wrong. You know when it feels wrong, and it just feels mucky. But I needed someone to tell me that. Actually, I don't think I'd have reached that point soon enough. So, well, Brandy, you'd think, wouldn't you? You'd think. I wish I had answers for you, darling. I do. I really do. Short of going down there and knocking on the door. Thank you, Tracy. I can try and get updates, but as people have said, the places like the RSPCA and that won't give out updates. They're not gonna tell me where they've got to. Good night, Laura. Thank you, Red. They're not going to give you updates on things because of GDPR. So a lot of it is watch and wait, and often you can tell that there's not problems, but things are happening by their behaviour. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Hope. Their behaviour becomes more and more erratic. So that's what we kind of watch for, if that makes sense. The kitten needs to go to the vet, absolutely. Yeah, 100%, yeah. Oh, very rattled. Very rattled. Yeah, and that's the other reason I'm keeping quiet about what I'm doing as well. Because they won't know. But I would like Oriana to know that when I go to sleep at night and think of all the things that I have done and the outcome, possible outcome of things that have been done, not gonna lie, I do sleep well. Thank you. Don't know, Zoe. Don't know. That's one of the reasons thank you, Leslie. It's one of the reasons I contacted the landlord. And one final time, the Reddit post is correct. It was a charity, which I can't find out about, but the people that own the property why is that there? Oh, go away. The people that own the property, see, I would take that with a pinch of salt, Butterfly. Are you crafty? I would take that with a very hefty pinch of salt. The rule of thumb, the rule of thumb is don't believe anything unless you've had it confirmed at least twice. Thank you, Riri. Thank you, Claire, love. At least twice, because yeah. Assume that what you're being told, particularly from that person, isn't the truth. Especially when it's followed by, my mum can tell you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, so I don't buy that at all. Sorry. Nah. Not in the slightest. Thank you for the treasure chest. I can't remember seeing who put that up. Yeah, my mum will tell you. Hi, Jason. That's a real good giveaway. My mum will tell you. Thank you, Rising Phoenix, love. I know. They do, Sarah, yes. Normally on their own live. Yeah, yes. Normally on their own live. And then, it's like, yeah, and my mum was there. My mum heard me. Okay. I need to start doing that, don't I? And my husband heard me. He heard me say it. So it must be true. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so. I wouldn't have thought so. So I think I might start using that. I wonder whether... See, my husband's the sort of person who'd go, no, she never. She never said that. He wouldn't play along, do you know what I mean? Yeah. He'd say, that's not what you said. Shush. No, no, my husband wouldn't do that. I have I have it on good authority that Poppy is currently fast asleep. So I am going to go. I think what I might do is pop on in the afternoon tomorrow, just really quickly to let you see Poppy when she's awake. I will tell you, she has adult-sized ears and an adult-sized tail, because apparently they grow into them, and so she hasn't at the moment, and she's got a heck of a wiggle when she walks. I'll record it, Tori, don't worry, I'll upload it. I tell you, that's a sassy walk that dog's got. Thank you, thank you. She's, when a golden retriever and a Labrador are walking away from you, it's like, look at that sass in that walk, honest to God. Yes, I will do. Yeah, absolutely, I will do. But I will make sure it's recorded. Thank you, Kay. And I'll put it up on my page so that you can see Sassy 1 and Sassy 2. The wiggle, honestly. I don't know any other dog that does it like that. It's in the hips, isn't it? And it's so funny. Because Freya's is quite sort of sedate. And the puppy's, like, goes at twice the speed. It's bizarre. It is a happy walk, yeah. She is a happy dog. Oh, bless you, Claire. Bless you. Sassy son. Anyway, I'll let you all go. I hope you have a good start to your week. Try not to let this stuff get to you, is my best advice. Don't do a me and let it get to you. Just, you can only do what you can do, but please know that we're doing everything we can. All of us are doing everything that we can, okay? So please take care, and I shall see you tomorrow.